Hey everyone, today we're going to be taking a look at the Dragon 2.0, which is a collaboration between Mystery Ranch and Carryology. Carryology has been quite busy this year with the collaborations. They partnered up with Evergoods, GoRuck, Mission Workshop, and now Mystery Ranch. This is the second edition of the Dragon backpack. I didn't have a chance to test out the original, and I also never had a chance to try out the Unicorn collaboration. And I've always heard great things about these bags, so I was excited to finally have a chance to get hands-on with the Dragon 2.0. I've only had a chance to use this for a little bit, but I was really excited to load it out and share my thoughts here on the channel. So I'm gonna be talking through what the first impressions have been like. I'll show you what it can hold, and I'll also talk about how it compares to some of the other similar bags that are currently on the market. Before jumping into the video, if you're new here, welcome. My name is Danny, and on this channel, we love reviewing popular travel and everyday carry gear. If you like these types of videos and you'd be interested in seeing more, please consider subscribing as it helps the channel out a lot. So with all that being said, let's go ahead and jump in. Starting off with the overall aesthetic, Mystery Ranch's bags can tend to have a more technical appearance, so there's a lot of webbing, straps, attachment points. They're not the most minimal or sleek bags per se, but it feels like one of the themes with the Dragon 2.0 is adaptability and ensuring that the bag works well across a number of different environments. And to that end, the system that they went with here, I think accomplishes that pretty well. So the bag includes this stick it on the front that is an accessory that includes some webbing that you can pair with a carabiner to attach accessories. You can pair it with MOLLE compatible pouches. And then you also have this Velcro area on the front, some compression straps here, and they are attached here at the bottom with some buckles. So in this configuration, the bag feels more tactical. Definitely something that's meant to be kind of in the outdoors, adventurous. But what's really cool about this is that you can actually fully remove this accessory to give the bag a much more streamlined and minimal appearance. And so with that piece removed, this is now something that I would definitely be comfortable kind of exploring a city with, taking it into the office, or just using it for any type of travel. As far as the materials, the bag feels very solidly built. This exterior fabric is X50, which is a blend that includes Cordura nylon. I haven't had as much experience with this fabric, but so far it has felt very rugged. It does seem like it's gonna offer a decent amount of weather resistance. And then beyond that, you just have really high quality hardware throughout the rest of the bag. Hypalon zipper pulls, really good straps, buckles, and then of course, aqua-guarded YKK zippers. Continuing along the outside of the bag, I was happy to see that you have two external water bottle pockets, one on each side. The implementation here is a little bit different than some of the water bottle pockets on other Mystery Ranch bags. Those can tend to stick out a little bit, so I really like the more streamlined appearance that was used here. You still have a good bit of capacity. I was able to fit my 26-ounce Yeti Rambler comfortably even when the main area was packed out. And then when you take the bottle out, the elasticity that's used here just kind of pulls it closer to the bag when they're not in use. And then on the front of the bag, you have the Mystery Ranch and Carryology collaboration label, as well as the included Dragon patch. So this is a pretty interesting, very cool design from Dan Matsuda. This has been used in a similar way in other collaborations, so very, very kind of unique aspect of these bags. And then of course you can remove it if you prefer to use something else. Even though this is a great looking patch, it's a little bit big for my tastes, so I'll probably take it off when I use this for the most part, and I wouldn't want the patch to get ruined or anything like that. And then you can just customize it with anything else, or leave the patches off if you prefer. And then coming back to the stick it accessory, in addition to the webbing and the Velcro area that it provides, one of the coolest aspects is that it allows you to carry larger items that wouldn't necessarily fit well inside of the bag. So jackets, maybe a helmet, extra pair of shoes, really interesting flexible system. You also have the G hooks here to allow you to easily release it when you need to, as well as the straps to kind of tighten it down or loosen it depending on what you need. You do have some strap management here, which is really nice. And then I think that the implementation as far as removing it was also very well done. You have these cool clips at the bottom which feel secure. So this isn't gonna come off if you don't want it to, but you can push on them and then they'll release very quickly. So it's not cumbersome to get this on and off, which actually means that I'll probably use it more regularly, but it is great that you can actually fully remove it so that you have the cleaner look here. I think that the bag looks great with or without it. One last thing I wanted to mention while we're talking about the exterior is whether the bag stands up well on its own. In general, I've had pretty inconsistent experiences with Mystery Ranch's bags, just given the shape that many of their bags have. This one has sometimes stood up on its own when the weight is well distributed, and if I place it down and really just make sure that it's secure, but I've also noticed that it does have a tendency to lean forward as the bottom is a little bit rounded. And then moving into the capacity, the bag comes in at about 26 liters. This is another change from the Dragon 1.0, which was larger. I think it was around 30 liters. 26 liters seems to be the sweet spot nowadays for many of the new bags coming out because it gives you a little bit of extra capacity. It's a larger everyday carry bag for those days when you need to have a little bit more with you, but it can also work for minimal travel without feeling overwhelmingly bulky. And I like that even when this one is packed out, it still manages to maintain a pretty slim profile, which is what's gonna make it great for navigating crowded areas, jumping on a public transit, exploring the outdoors, or taking onto a variety of domestic and international airlines. And then while we're on the topic of capacity, I did wanna call out two of my favorite Mystery Ranch bags. First up, the Catalyst 26 liter backpack, which has Mystery Ranch's tri-zip opening, so a little bit of a different style bag, but I call that one out in a lot of my videos because I've enjoyed using it a bunch. Pretty similar capacity, style as you can see here in the shots. And then the other one that I really like is the Mystery Ranch Blitz 30 liter backpack, which is very similar to this. It has the same type of harness and the silhouette even feels pretty similar. That one just has the external quick access pockets, which can add to the depth. So when everything is loaded out, it kind of sticks out a little bit more than this one here, but in general, wearing them, they feel pretty similar. And so hopefully these comparisons can help just provide a little bit of a reference as you're kind of deciding which one will be best for you. Moving into the harness system, so far the bag has been really comfortable to wear. This uses Mystery Ranch's popular Futura harness. I've had this on a couple of different bags and so far have really enjoyed it. When I've used it, the padding that's included on the straps is really comfortable. You have plenty of breathability. With the mesh that's included here, the straps have a good width to help prevent the bag from digging into your shoulders when it's a little bit more packed out. You also have load lifters here to allow you to really pull that weight close to your back. And one of the cool things about this harness is that you can actually adjust the height. So it has this Velcro area here and you can move it up or down to really make sure that it fits you the way that is going to be most comfortable for you. And then you have some webbing on the straps that also has an included sternum strap. And I really like that they went with the V-style fidlock buckle here. So it has this quick release buckle. You can pull it open with one hand if you need to. It attaches there very securely. So I think that this works very well. And then you do also have an included waist strap. Very simple strap here. And on the design article from Carryology, they talked about the decision to not go with a more padded waist belt just because this is a slightly smaller bag at 26 liters, which I'm totally okay with. I wouldn't use a waist belt with this style of bag. The one that's included here is very thin, simple, more of a stabilizing strap. It's not really going to alleviate the weight from your shoulders. So I was just really happy to see that you can actually fully remove it. You have the same style of clips that we saw on the Stick It accessories. So, that's definitely something that I will be leaving off. I also thought that this waist strap was quite short. I've definitely had to suck in my gut a little bit to be able to attach this, and it's already mostly at the limit. So that's something that you want to keep in mind if you were planning on using that. And then taking a look at the back panel, this has also been really comfortable. Same type of padding that we saw on the strap, well distributed throughout. You also have the mesh to provide you with some breathability. There's not a really deep air channel here or a ton of elevation, which is the one thing that I was kind of missing and that I typically really like to see with bags like this, just to give you a little bit more ventilation. But in general, with the harness that's been included here, the bag has felt pretty comfortable even when I've loaded it out. Jumping into the organizational options, the bag keeps things pretty minimal. At the top, you have a really nice quick access pocket, very spacious. You can see the really well protected zipper here. And then I love this style of pocket as it's able to adapt to a number of kind of larger accessories, which I'm usually grabbing a lot during the day. So this is where I will store something like my sunglasses with their case. I also have my USB-C hub with its cables to charge all of my devices while I'm on the go. You have this really nice kind of soft material here, so it could be a good spot for some larger headphones. And then you have little lanyard with a clip that's going to be a great spot for your keys or a multi-tool. Very cool that you can actually remove this if you don't want to have it here. And then on the inside, you also have an additional zippered pocket with this nice stretchy material where I currently have my AirPods as well as a cable for my phone. On the sides, hidden near the water bottle pockets, you have a couple of zippered compartments that are really tough to see unless you know that they're there. You have a zipper pull here that you can pull out, and then these are going to be a great spot to store something a little bit more sensitive. If you have passport, wallet, some cash, I have a field notes notebook in here. These are actually more spacious than I would have thought, just given their placement. And so on some of the discussions in the Carryology Facebook group and on JB Outside's Instagram, I saw some comments that this was actually a compartment that you could use to store the Stick It accessory. If you wanted to carry it with you, this seems like a really great option. It's a little bit tough to get in there, and I imagine that it wouldn't work that well if you wanted to store a larger water bottle at the same time, as these do kind of share a little bit of space. But you know, really cool idea, and great that it is actually able to squeeze in there. And so you have one on each side, and you know, very similar layout. And on the back, you do have external access to the laptop area. And so this will be able to handle a 14 or 15 inch laptop comfortably. On the inside, you have more space, but for getting the device in and out via this external compartment, which does have the really nice zipper. You have the zipper garage at the top. And then for my device, I had to kind of slide it up to be able to get it out, but it's pretty comfortable with a 14-inch laptop. Larger laptop, so I could see it start to be the type of thing where you have to jiggle it out a little bit, but still nice to be able to get to your device while you're traveling without having to open up the top area. We'll take a closer look at the laptop sleeve when I open up the main compartment. And so the style that they went with here is really cool, because this can be used as a top loader or as kind of a more clamshell style bag. And so if you just want to grab something from the top quickly, you just open it up a little bit. The zippers here are strong enough that it doesn't open completely if you don't want it to. And so I can place this down next to me, grab a couple of these accessories from the top if I wanted to, but it does open, not quite full clamshell. You can see the zippers don't go all the way down, but more than enough for me to allow me to pack and see everything in the way that I want to. And so I have a couple of items here sliding out as I place it down. Great amount of capacity here with the open layout. Perfect fit for my modular style of packing. So 26 liters of space, can hold an impressive amount. You know, at the top here, I have the Evergood Civic Access pouch half liter. I have my DJI Mavic Mini with its hard shell case. Then I have my Beats Studio wireless headphones. I have the Lockbee pouch that I've been featuring in a lot of videos recently. I have the Alpaca admin pouch down at the bottom. And then I also have the Evergood Civic Access pouch 2 liters. Now with the compartment empty, you can get a better look at the inside. With this open layout, this would definitely work well for minimal travel. If I wanted to toss in my packing cube, a dock kit, an extra pair of shoes, I would definitely be able to use this for a longer weekend trip. And then you do have some nice internal organization here as well. You have some elastic tall pockets here on the sides that can work well to store a water bottle, an umbrella, something a little bit taller, pouches, cables, chargers. I chose to use the external pockets, so you know, I could see it being difficult to use these both at the same time, but still good amount of capacity and elasticity. This would be able to handle a 26-ounce Yeti Rambler, for example, very comfortably if you wanted to store it on the inside, but I wouldn't because the laptop sleeve is here as well. But you have one of those on each side, and then you have mesh zippered pockets as well, one on each side. And so I like the mesh that's used here. It's pretty easy to see what's on the inside. Good amount of space. So in this one here, I have a couple of retractable cables, HDMI and USB-C cables. And then on the other side, I have my Apple Magic Mouse. You can see how this would work well for all sorts of smaller items that you want to be able to grab easily from the top, that you don't want getting lost in the bottom of the bag. And then on the back, you can see some of those pops of orange that the Carryology collaborations are so well known for, but I like that it's not so overwhelming in this version of the bag. So it's a good mixture here. And then on the back wall, you have a tablet and laptop sleeve. I like that you actually have both because I tend to carry both devices. On the front of the sleeves, you have some laser cut webbing here. That's gonna be great for attaching additional accessories if you want to. And then the tablet sleeve offers a nice amount of padding, and it's gonna be able to handle a 10 or 11-inch tablet comfortably. I have my iPad mini in here with a case, and this is pulled up off the bottom of the ground. Same for the laptop sleeve. So I really like how this is well suspended, so you can definitely drop your laptop in there. It's not gonna be making contact with the ground. And then you have this mechanism to secure the laptop sleeve, because it can also double as a hydration bladder. So you have the pass through here. The nozzle can go out either direction. It's got these Velcro securement here. And then the laptop sleeve, pretty similar style to what we've seen on some other Mystery Ranch bags. So nice amount of padding here, as I mentioned, suspended. It will be able to handle a 15 or 16-inch laptop comfortably. You can see there's plenty of leftover space here at the top. And my 14-inch MacBook Pro fits in there without any issues. Pulling my device out, you can see on the inside, you have the hook and loop backing here, so you can add additional patches, other accessories if you want to secure them in here, or if you want to place your water bladder, you can do so as well. And then this comes up a decent amount, so if you happen to have a thicker device, you want to use a case with your laptop, or if you're putting in a hydration bladder, it should all be able to fit there comfortably. And you know, regardless of what I'm carrying, it does feel like it's going to be well protected while I'm on the go. And then on the lid for the main compartment, you have one additional mesh zippered pocket, which is actually perfectly sized for the Evergood Civic Access pouch 1 liter. It just slides in there perfectly. You can use this to store other pouches, chargers, or accessories that you want to be able to reach, but you can see that it has a good bit of volume, and it's just a really good fit for this pouch. The orientation of the zipper also allows you to access it from the side if you need to without opening this all the way. And so again, not going overboard with the organization, but the pockets that are provided are very useful. And so I really like the layout that's offered in this main area, and just the design throughout the rest of the bag. You know, really cool to have a chance to check out the Mystery Ranch and Carryology collaborations. Finally, I can see why people like these so much, as this just takes so many of the things that Mystery Ranch does well and just adds its own unique flair. So far, it's been a great experience. And you know, if you're looking for kind of an all-purpose bag that's going to be rugged and flexible, this is going to be an excellent option to take a look at. And so to wrap up, my first impressions of the Dragon 2.0 have been excellent. And one of the things that's rare about this collaboration is that at the time of filming, there's actually still some available on the site if you want to pick one up. And that's rare because the collaborations usually sell out within a matter of minutes. But now with the Evergood's Griffin collaboration and the Dragon 2.0, it seems like the companies are coming out with a little bit of extra stock, which is great so that more people can get in on the action, because these bags are really quite cool, unique. The version that I have here is going to come in at around $400. I believe the pricing will vary a little bit depending on the fabric. Regardless, it is a premium price point, and these are very solidly built bags. They're going to offer a nice feature set, and that also just comes with the territory with the collaboration bags. And you know, I think that you get a lot of value for them, but there's going to be some other great bags in this price range that may be worth considering. And so as I was testing this out, the first bag that this made me think of is the Mystery Ranch Blitz backpack, which in my opinion is one of the more underrated bags that's come out over the past couple of years. I'm always surprised I don't hear more about it, because it offers many of the same benefits that this bag has. So it's got really nice capacity, it's got the wide opening, the Futura adjustable harness, it's got a more tactical aesthetic, so you got the MOLLE webbing on the front and the exterior, but you do have the dual external water bottle pockets, quick access pockets on the front, so I really like the organizational layout on that one. It's going to be slightly bigger than this one, but you know, it's still a pretty slim profile, so something that's going to work well in a variety of environments. And if you like, you know, the style of this bag, if you're looking for something with a similar level of comfort and durability, that's going to come in at a slightly lower price point, and that's going to be a great option to take a look at. Another bag this made me think of is the Able Carry Max EDC, which has been one of my favorite new releases of the year. It has Able Carry's typical technical, modern, sleek style. So it looks great, very solidly built. It's got an X-Pack exterior, so lots of weather resistance, YKK zippers, really comfortable harness system. It's not going to be adjustable like the one here, but still feels great. You also have a nice organizational layout, a dedicated, well-padded and suspended laptop compartment, luggage pass-through, so just a lot of versatility in the features that it offers. And if you're looking for something in a similar size range that's gonna work well in a variety of different situations, that's gonna be one of the best options to keep in mind. And then the last option that I'll mention here is the Evergood CTB26, which continues to be one of my all-time favorite bags. I really like the Carryology collaboration that came out recently, where the bag was in waxed canvas, but whether you get it in waxed canvas or in the 420D nylon, that it typically comes in. The bag just has one of my favorite organizational layouts. Everything is very well thought out. It's easy to reach your stuff, very easy to pack it out. The 26-liter size is similar to this one. The silhouette's gonna be a little bit wider, so it just feels and looks different. The harness system on that one is also maybe not quite as comfortable depending on your height. It's also not adjustable. I'm a fan of Evergoods' harnesses, but I've heard mixed feelings on it. You're still gonna have a nice level of breathability. You have a really good luggage pass through. And so, it just checks off a lot of the boxes as far as features that you would want out of an all-purpose bag. Really great dual external water bottle pockets. They've also released the CTB20, so it comes in a slightly smaller size. The pre-orders for that have come and gone a couple of times, and so, that's great that you have that option now. But to me, the 26-liter, like this one, is just really versatile. It works for me for EDC, for minimal travel, and if you want something that's gonna have just a really nice, minimal aesthetic and that's going to work well for all of those different scenarios, then it's going to be an excellent option to keep in mind. With that being said, the Dragon 2.0 holds up very well against all those options, and I can definitely see why the Mystery Ranch and Carryology collaborations have been so popular over the past couple of years. This is a really impressive bag, solidly built, and if you're looking for something that's going to offer a versatile size, tons of comfort, a nice organizational layout, this is going to be a really great option to take a look at. If you're even thinking about it a little bit, I recommend picking one up on Mystery Ranch's site while they're still in stock. And I'm definitely curious to hear what you all think of the Dragon 2.0 and how it compares to some of the other popular minimal travel and EDC bags that are on the market, as well as how it compares to the other collaborations that Carryology has been coming out with recently. And if there's any similar options that you think that I should check out, as always, please let me know in the comments. And I want to thank Mystery Ranch for sending the bag for me to test out, and to you guys for watching and supporting the channel. If you enjoyed this video, please give us a like, and if you haven't already, make sure to subscribe so you don't miss any upcoming videos, and we'll see you in the next one.